Today we're gonna have Unit 4. Unit 4, it's about the power of music. So we're gonna test this power. We're trying to see, does really music have a power on us or not? Okay? So let's start, for example, by the vocabulary words, you know, on your book. Okay? On the vocabulary parts on your book, before we go to the questions, just read the list and tell me, do you find any unfamiliar words? By the way, I checked the homework, okay? If you have submitted a research paper, okay, these are my remarks. You can distribute this later. This is yours now, thank you. Okay. And if you have written any new research papers or research assignments, would you please pass it now, here, and these for the previous one. I believe we have finished all the vocabulary for Unit 3. Do we have a remaining vocabulary exercises as homework, or we have done all of them? I believe yes. Nearly the matching, and you can check the matching from the PowerPoint, right? Okay, so let's concentrate on Unit 4 now, the power of music. So tell me, do you find any words, any difficult words for you here? Okay, just a minute. As you can see, we're going to read about the brain response to the music and how guitars specifically are made. This is the focus of our unit today, Unit 4. So we are going to learn about some features of technical description of this, or specifically this musical instrument. So regarding the words on page 49, you said, to refine, okay? What's meant by fine? Fine first, sorry. Fine? Okay, this is something fine. To make it refine. Polish it, exactly. To make it better. Okay. Improve. Okay, beautify, excellent one. Okay, another word from the word list on page 49. Yes, Marianne, please. Yeah, intrinsic. Okay, sometimes you see, we say students should be intrinsically motivated. Okay, something inside you, exactly. So intrinsic means something related to? Internal, something related to internal features. Not instinct. You know, instinct, this is by nature. Okay, for example, by nature we fear dogs, for example, okay? But here, intrinsic, it means something related to our internal emotion, internal process, for example, internal feelings, like internally, like intrinsic motivation, how to be motivated by yourself. Okay? Yes? What's meant by essential? Intrinsic? No, not essential, because essential is important. But intrinsic means you do it by your own, internally. Okay? Yeah? Confirm? Confer. Okay, confer. Yeah, confer. Huh?
Gather and discuss, something like that. Congregate.
Argue. Exactly. Confer, sometimes, sorry? Consult, okay, you can consult, you can converse, you can argue, you can discuss, all of these. Okay, what else? Before we move on? Huh? Before we move? That's it? So, sure, no other words? The rest are familiar? Perfect, good for you. So, let's start by, after categorizing these, okay, words, now let's start by the first question, the first warming up question. All cultures have music, but cultures and individuals disagree on what sounds good. What might sound good for you might not be acceptable for me, or might not be appealing at all for me. Okay? So, is there any kind of music that sounds good to most of people, or to most people? Huh? Classical. Do you believe all people appreciate classical music like Beethoven and Bach and Mozart?
People like something like, not unanimously, like almost if we are liking it, it's pop music.
Pop. Okay, maybe pop a little bit. But again, we can't generalize.
We can't generalize.
Exactly.
Mostly spread or mostly widely spread, yeah, it's gonna be. This is people lovers or lovers. Yeah, like very wide. Electronic pop.
What about blues? Okay. What about
There's jazz.
jazz? Okay. So again, it's a little bit relative. What you exactly? Okay, but is it common between all type or all peoples in the world? All peoples? National. She means national music. Yeah.
So people love the concept, but not necessarily like I love that. Like we all love that country. Just you love your country, but you love the concept of national music, your music that represents you, your country, your civilization, and so on.
But you mean, I believe you mean, if we are all living in one country, we appreciate the national.
Yes, they will respect that because it's, as she said, talk about the freedom, talk about their common interests, and whatever that they have in all people in one country, they have it.
Okay, so what do you think? Any other types of music? Are you familiar with any other types? Metallic, okay. I don't like it as. What else? What about Oriental? Okay. Oh, folklore in general, folk music, yeah? Okay. Rock. Okay, rock. So, what kind of music do you like most? And tell me what makes this music interesting to you. Okay, you said rock, for example. Why it's interesting to you? You said rock.
I like the sound of guitars and drums. It's nice. Yeah.
What other types? Okay. What's your favorite type of music?
Turkish. Yeah, it's more Oriental and more of an Eastern. It combines both our regions, these North Africans, and as well the Parisians. It has a lot of feelings. You can, while listening to it, you can like feel what the rhythms are. So it's close to my heart. That's why I love it.
Interesting. Okay, what's your favorite type of music?
I like techno.
Techno?
Yeah. Why? I don't know. I just like it. You get lost in the music because there's no one singing. It's just a beat.
Okay, this is what we're going to discuss, the effect of the music or the brain response of this type.
When I listen to techno and I'm in the car, I prefer to drive faster. I don't know why.
I know, when the rhyme is speeding, I'm speeding up. It happens.
Yeah, I don't know why I do that.
I don't know why. What's your favorite type?
I guess Oriental. Yes, I like the old people. I like Feiruz, like the old people, the vintage music. I am a guilty person in that. Yes, they are. Because you relate to them. Because you relate to them. They provide this really refined music and refined concept, and they relate to your higher like consciousness.
Interesting. This is very interesting. Okay.
But I like anything that's old. Like in Arabic, I love, or English, yes. In English, I listen to jazz and blues. Like I listen to everyone that's basically dead. Like Louis.
It's a bit depressed.
It's not like I Google dead artists and then I figure them out. I like the artists and then it happens that they're dead. And I don't. Why are they dead?
No, why this? Especially those who are.
I don't know. Their voices are
not the music, but their voices. Like I can listen to them sing with no music, and that's perfectly fine to me, because their voice reflects some type of, like, I don't know, like they really show a raw type of emotion. Like if it's really sad, like Ella Fitzgerald, she has a song called "Cry Me a River," and it's really sad. Like, and it's because she sounds pain, like in pain. I don't cry, but you can feel like pain. She's singing with her heart, you know. Like Ella Fitzgerald, Nina Simone, Louis Armstrong, like all these people were legends in their time, you know. And they're so in their time, like they were enormous. Like when they came out, they literally altered.
In their time, there was an emphasis on the quality of voice that they have. Now there is no.
They use machines to amplifiers.
I recommend that, like, for example, Kulthum. Watching her sing on stage is like watching someone paint. It's refined art. Like, no one sings like her anymore. You can't find her. And she's, how many years has she been dead? When did she die?
I know, but she
Can't recall.
She's, oh wow. Okay, I know she's been dead for over 20, okay, let's say for over 30 years, and her music will live on for another 100 years because it's very, like, it's art. It's art. People respect her even that she's 6 feet under the ground. Yes.
I was kidding.
What's your favorite?
I guess I'm very open-minded when it comes to music. I just like a good beat. I listen to a good beat. But yeah, I think every music has, like every mood has its music. Like if I'm really sad, then I listen to a very happy beat because I want to, you know. But yeah, I'm very open-minded when it comes to music.
Distract yourself out of this mood.
Exactly. Yeah, but I'm really open-minded when I can listen to anything, anytime.
Perfect. Good for you. Okay, what about you?
I'm not picky. As long as I can relate to the lyrics, then I'm fine with that. I don't care about the singer or like how the beat is. As long as the lyrics I can relate to, then I like the. That's it.
Good for you?
It's related to my mood. Yes, if I'm sad, I will hear sad music and I feel I want to open the window and jump. Just like that.
Yeah. Please don't do this.
No, it's like this. If I'm happy, I will hear maybe pop music. Yeah, that sounds very good, yeah.
Okay, good for you.
I like Scottish music and Spanish, especially north of the Spain. I think some kind of sentimental music, and the instrument that the Scottish people they play with is so beautiful, and the
Costumes and skirts.
yes, so nice. Yeah, I like it. Yes.
Especially Braveheart.
I don't have a favorite type of music. I listen to everything that have a good lyrics. Japanese, English. I don't listen. I have Japanese music. I listen to Japanese music. Japanese I listen to is Telegram.
Perfect, good for you. What about you? What's your favorite type of music?
I don't listen to music much, but sometimes if I like the Polish music or European, like Phil Collins. I mean the old, like I think 80s, like Phil Collins and the others, yeah. Cyndi Lauper, like this. I like it before, yeah.
For you, what about you?
I like the songs that make you move. Yeah, this is making me very happy and excited.
And what's in a song that would make you move?
Like the beat, when you hear the beat, it's like you want to jump.
I want to say one thing, like my son now, he's 14 years old, and sometimes he likes to listen to, I don't know what this kind of music, maybe you know because you are younger, like, I don't know, there's like scream or something. Yeah, and I cannot handle it. Yeah, I said if he put it in the car, I feel, I don't know, I want to kill someone, I said turn it off. No, it's, I think it's affecting.
Irritating.
It's irritating and it makes you angry, like, what do you call it, like, aggressive, yeah. So I think maybe there is something, I think it's dangerous.
Okay, so we're speaking about different types of music. What's your favorite type of music?
I don't know. Everything.
Everything? Okay. Oriental music especially?
When I feel like sad, I want to hear music, sad music.
Okay. Again, it depends on the mood. Okay, so as you can see, yes? Just a minute. Would you please listen, girls?
True that music does affect your mood, but like there were people that said that at some point there were subliminal messages being literally slipped into music. For example, metal music. If you play metal music sometimes backwards, you can hear specific random words come up. Like you hear random noise until sometimes you hear like the word kill, or like like people say that keep your son away from metal. It's not good. Metal music is not good.
Keep him away. She can't control them. We can't control them. Okay, this is very interesting. And the last one, do you think there will someday be a bill that would make people creative? And if there is a bill, okay, that would make people creative, and if there is a pill to make you creative, would you take it? Okay.
The pill, does it create that side of you, or does it enhance?
No, we are imagining that scientists have already come up with the, yeah.
The pill itself, does it create that creativity?
Makes you create.
Or emphasizes the creativity?
No, makes you create.
No, then I wouldn't take it. You won't? No. Why? Because if you're creative, then that's a given talent. If you have it, then it's yours. I mean, if I'm creative by nature and someone else isn't, then they take that pill and they're as good as me, what's the good point? For art.
So, we won't be creative? Okay, let's see.
No, I think, because like in university you have so much majors, like somebody could be in English literature and somebody can be majoring in هندسة, energy, or medicine. These people, like, I have a friend, she's biochemistry. She's the dullest person in the world. She does not know how to be creative. But because I'm in English literature, my imagination goes with, like, I can tell you a story and it never happened. I can just go on. So I think, personally, I wouldn't take it because I'd rather be original and raw rather than fake. Everything is fake in the world, so yeah.
Artificial. Okay.
I think it's similar to musicians who rely on other alternatives to like alcohol or other abusive parts to really not create music but helps them create. So I think it's similar to that, Mary.
Do you agree on this behavior?
It's not, no. No. Of course. If you don't have it, then don't do it. Let somebody else take.
Exactly. Good point, huh?
But I think it has a positive point also. If we think about the art by itself, we want to have more art, more creative things. But we don't care about the artists, maybe.
Okay, but the point, if we all are creators or creative, have the creativity and create amazing and make amazing things, how are we going to be distinguished from each other? Okay, sometimes when you find the degree of creativity is too high in your society, you don't feel this place. Simply you feel that this is ordinary. You won't feel that this is original and creative and something unique. Yeah, exactly. But if you go, like arts, exactly. But if you go to other communities where they don't have what you are enjoying in your community, you would feel, aha, we are really creative, and we appreciate, and we taste, and we. Can you see the point? So again, it's argumentative question, so it's up to you. But this is, for example, my point of view. What about you?
I was saying that I saw a movie about it. So he was really dumb guy, and then he took a belt, and he was so creative. So you're like, okay, sometimes you feel like if you saw someone who's more creative than you, you want to take that belt. So
simply you would. Okay, so simply if I have it, I would. Okay, why not? Let's try it. Okay, so
just try it once. There are some pills that has effect in some part of your brain that makes you more intelligent. and because some people they cannot focus on something and they have to doctor recommend it to take for a while. But why not we try this kind of pills and yeah.
Then yeah, there are no side effects. Then I'm fine. I'll take yeah.
You try it?
It's the same concept that too much of a thing will make it lose its value. Yes, it would be something so ordinary and no one will appreciate creativity in there. So I believe natural things. Whoever is creative, they're blessed, and the others should just enjoy it and like admire it.
Okay, interesting points. Sure. Others? Yeah.
I think each human being, is creative, but maybe in different kind. For example, I love art painting, like graphic and oil painting. Maybe my colleague, she is good at singing, for example, or she could be good at cooking. Yeah. So just example. Yeah. But so I think no, I don't want to take it because I would like to find this creation inside of me. I don't want just something.
And there are people who are good at tasting. Okay, you just cook and I taste. I don't mind. So let's go to see this song. I want you to see this song, and here. I want you to listen to this one and see the lyrics, and then tell me how do you feel. Okay? Let's see the effect of these songs and these lyrics on you.
You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms, let me lay down beside you, let me always be with you. Come, let me love you, come love me again.
Okay. Let's discuss this, okay? Let's open the light. So tell me, how do you feel? One by one.
It made me laugh. Like, I would never listen to something like that. I would feel like love is the stupidest thing if I listened to something like that.
Simply, she doesn't like it.
No, I think it's silly. I think this guy was playing or something.
No, you do not know John Denver. John Denver is like, he's one of the most prominent country singers. That's the way.
Because you like him.
No, it's not that. Again, this is good. This is healthy. This is proof that to each his own taste.
Like, it's a whole generation. Country music it has a time and...
First of all, no, it had the same tune throughout the whole song. The only difference was the lyrics. It's like repeating the same word again and again.
I know, but this guy, he lived like where he lived, he had mountains and forests.
He's picturing the nature in the lyrics. He's picturing. Okay, so this is the next question. Okay, let's concentrate on how do you feel. Okay, and then let's concentrate on the words.
I like the song. It's
Respond. I need the respond.
yeah. I want to go watch 12 romantic movies with a giant bowl of popcorn.
I thought it was so sweet. I couldn't stop smiling. It was sweet.
I liked his voice. And there's like, I don't know how to explain it. I got goosebumps. No, the lyrics not so much, but his voice, I liked his voice. Yeah, I got goosebumps on my arms from the song, from his voice. Yeah.
How do you feel?
It's boring. It made me sleepy.
Okay, interesting point of view.
I would agree that the lyrics were so simple. The words used in the song was very simple. I guess we're used to more complicated words right now. The music was very nice, sweet. I would sleepy a little bit, yeah. And I think I would have liked it more if it was sang in Italian. if it were in Italian.
I feel I want to hug someone. Yeah.
What about you?
Yes, that's one because of I miss my husband, but this is a very interesting part I'm taking. And then I felt something positive is happening in my body. You know, I don't know, some hormones or something that refresh me. And I felt my love increase towards that somebody that I love, which is my husband. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. How do you feel?
I think I was what to laugh through the whole song. That's the why, but I liked the lyrics. His voice was too loud, annoying me a little bit. If I was listening to this in my laptop, I would shut down the whole immediately. I didn't. And I did like the song, but the lyrics were okay. But I just want to laugh at this through the whole song. I don't know why.
Okay, how do you feel?
I just came, so I don't know much about this. Yes, record that. I was late. Alright. But yeah, so far it looks nice, romantic. I don't know the lyrics much. I didn't hear much of it, but so far it looks nice.
Okay. Okay. What about you? How do you feel?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it simply.
Because I don't like the slow beat or something like to make you feel sleepy and boring at the same time.
Perfect. Each his own.
And for me, honestly, I like it, and because I like to listen sometimes to country music, and I wouldn't mind. I know it's simple, but I wouldn't mind if my husband sing it for me. You know, it'd be nice.
Interesting.
I like it because it makes me feel like sometimes feel sad. And sometimes person want to be sad. It's a sad moment. So I like to hear it sometimes.
Okay, so if you look at the lyrics, okay, if you have a look at the lyrics, what would you find? It pictures what? Affection, feelings, love, huh? Love to everything. Love to the nature, appreciating the nature, appreciating seasons. That's why he used like. Making
I think he tried to resemble or metaphorically speak about nature, but in her love. Like, your love is like this, so like, wow, like, you know, how would you feel if you were on a mountain and you were, so I think that's what he was trying to do.
It's like, yeah, it's poetry. Yeah, of course.
If you replayed it now, people are going to have different views than the ones that you just heard. What's the next song?
Okay, let's see the next one. Okay.
I still won't like it.
Okay, it's up to you. I don't want you to like it.
I'm telling you, it's not about liking it. I'm appreciating it. We should have lessons of art appreciation in this school.
Yeah.
University should have stopped having art appreciation classes.
Okay, I just trying to find the other song. Just a minute. No, okay.
supposed to mind the silver screen. Love, it's time goodbye. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. No, it's easy to pretend like I'm not a fool. Should've known better to cheat and play, to waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Oh.
Okay, so you got it? No, that's enough for today. Let's concentrate on the lesson now. So, did you see this? Okay, so you like this one? Okay. What about this one? Do you like?
Yeah, I like this one.
Okay, why?
Because I can relate. Yes. I'm just
Yes, I hope to being in love.
I didn't accuse you, it's a good thing.
What? I want to finish the song. Let's see if I can.
See, we were singing. Okay, why?
Because we all know the song.
Okay, and?
It's we all relate to it, and it's romantic, you know, and it makes you feel like a marshmallow.
First enthusiastic. Yes. And yeah, we feel that you like to repeat. Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Kneeling at
Yes.
So actually, this is our topic today. It's about the effect of songs on us. Okay, and don't worry, Gina. I will make you listen to it at the end. Okay, don't worry. Okay. So let's now go back to the book, please. Okay, here. And let's see the article. This article reports some of the recent findings concerning the connection between emotional reaction to music and biology. Okay, like your colleague now, she said, how do you feel about listening to this one? I felt like you said, I can't recall your words.
Some hormones came out, and then I felt that my body has positive, I don't know, reaction. Yes, I felt a refreshment.
Okay, so let's have a look at the reading, please. Okay, with your peer at least, just exchange ideas about the readings. Have a look quickly. Okay. Page 50 and page 51. Just skim through the text, how you're going to skim through the reading text, how you're going to skim the reading by reading the introduction, topic sentence of each body paragraph, and conclusion, and then highlighting the main idea of each body paragraph. And of course you can take notes. Okay, you skim the reading by reading the introduction, topic sentence of each body paragraph, and conclusion, highlighting while reading the main idea of each body paragraph and the main concepts mentioned in the introduction and repeated or restated again in the conclusion, to give the main idea. Not reading intensively. I don't want you to read intensively now. Just skim, highlight, annotate. Yeah.
And see the notes.
Okay, read about this girl?
It's a documentary on YouTube.
Okay, can I see again?
Like, for us, our senses are mentally separated. Like, yeah, you see the food, you smell the food, but your senses don't cross. She hears music, like she sits, for example, she hears a violin, and then she can, like, she plays herself, so she knows what notes look like. So whenever she hears something, her mind projects the notes in front of her, and each note tastes like they sat and recorded and played. They had wires tapped into her and things like, and even letters, when she hears words in letters, like an E for her comes out green and bitter. Other letters are sweet and like savory.
So she translates samples of music into colors and tastes.
She doesn't translate.
Her brain.
Yes, her brain is مش عارفة how she was born like this, but you know it's God. And all her senses are connected. When they scanned her brain, when you, for example, read, one part of your brain is really active. There's electricity there. So on the chart itself, you see there's spikes of green in one part, like, or red. But the problem is when they scanned her brain, her whole brain was like buzzing with electricity. So for her, she doesn't receive, like you see, or I hear, like we dance and all, but she tastes and she can see them floating in the air, and like she describes it that way. She goes, it started like when she was 20, and she was sitting with her friend, and there was someone in the courtyard. You know, people who play for money, like violin or guitar. She heard a note, and then she started singing the notes. And then she asked her friend, she's like, can you see it? She's like, can see what? She's like, the notes. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, the music. She's like, I can't see anything. And then that's when she realized she's different. And this is actually like a birth defect. There are other people who are like her, but not to her extent. She's the first one in the planet. There are people who can smell while hearing words and notes. Others who taste, but there's no one that combines all different senses together.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing this with me.
It's a part of a documentary called Real Unknown Superheroes. There's also another Turkish painter. He was born with no sight, never saw anything, and can paint. Can paint. Like his hearing is so heightened, like bats. You know how they can project sounds? He sits and paints with his fingers and paints in ab'ad and dimensions, and people are going crazy over the fact how he was never born with like retina, nothing. He was always blind as a child, and he knows how to paint these amazing things. And like he doesn't just paint random colors. Never seen nothing and can paint. Paints in
Perfect. Okay. Interesting. So you can do this in your research. Okay. At the end of this unit, there are some research question about the effect of music and how we appreciate and how the mind responds to this. So please share these in your research paper with us. Okay. At the end of the unit. So let's have a couple of minutes again. Take a couple of minutes. No, the same. Same system, same exams, midterm, final, all the same. And true now. No, in Cairo, in Shuru city. Yeah. Have you finished scanning the text? Okay, you can discuss it with me. Can you just tell me what is it about? What did you get?
No, from what I see here in this text, there is some evidence that our attraction to the music, it's like not only to enjoy, for example, it's built a community, like for example, if the people singing national anthem, or if we are singing, at the school, for example.
Sometimes the music unifies us, you mean?
Can unifies the people, and also can heal. And I have example on myself, because after my first baby I had depression, and there's not much things helped me, but I went to one lady. She's like natural healer. I don't know, she's praying and she used natural therapy, Then she put this kind of relaxing music, and she let me lie down, and I had like few sessions with her. But believe me, when I was leaving from her, and when I was coming to her the first time, I was so sad and nervous. But when I was leaving, I was happy. I want to laugh, So it's really helped me. I try.
Interesting.
Yes, it's kind of medicine, like from, I don't know. I forget the name right now, but like someone he's putting the hands over you, and she's trying like to send the good energy, Yeah, and with the music, it was perfect.
Okay, good for you. Huh? Others? Yeah? Huh?
I think that from the title, why does music move us? They actually don't know why, because they're talking about, like, all these institutes are trying to figure out the brain's reaction or stuff like that. But even like they're even saying that artists don't know why they're doing that. It's just creativity. And for music, we perceive music way before we perceive speech. Like when you have a kid and you put slow music, they get really sleepy and they know what the music is trying to tell them. And then when we put fun music, the kid starts jumping around and going everywhere because they know that this is how it is. So
this is good. What did you
First, it's registering what part of our brain, scientists when they studied what part of our brain registers music, they discovered that when there is like incoherent music or noisy sounds, our brain registers it as unpleasant, and the places in our brain that records a negative experience, like they're alert and like they're more in motion. While when there is like a consonant music, like very pleasant and agreeable, like our brain relates to it. And scientists, like our brain do not receive music as music. No, our brain translates it into electrical signals that our brain can recognize, because our brain does not just accept sound waves just like that. It has to be transmitted, interpreted, and converted into signals that our brain can respond to and react to. Again, no, there is a lot. Then it goes to how the human being interacts with music, and ever since we're kids, we're children, we are more prone to to recognize beat and like rhythm. Yeah, we relate to rhythm more than we relate to speech. That's why children like are lulled, like
That's like the scientific way. Like she can listen to music, I will hate it because my brain doesn't want to interpret it as something pleasant. But she can think it's the most amazing song, like just now.
Every brain is wired different. The way we are wired, our brains are wired, is wired different. That's why when they even use music in healing people, music has been used since forever to bring people together, to make them ready for war, like when there's to motivate them, to even make them more upbeat, enthusiastic, even in healing.
And listen to music to motivate themselves even more, to get them going like 10 times more.
It might activate them or making them sleepy. Okay, so
it's even used as a part in the healing process of the body.
Like her experience, exactly. Okay. What did you? The same? Can you add? Who can add? Can you add, please?
While going through the readings, I think that the way they're trying to find an answer for that question, is wrong from my perspective.
Why?
Brains are for the materials things in life. You study the brain for an act or an action or a decision, a mental decision that needs to be taken. Music is a soul thing. It actually moves the heart or touches the heart. So if you want to know why does the music move us, you need to study the heart, not the brain. It's more of a soul, or souls are
Interesting interpretation. So this is
that's how I see it. That's why even babies, if we're gonna go back, babies don't have memories yet, but they're moved. Like I recall when I was flying back home from Istanbul, and it was a late night flight, and there was a little baby. She's 8 months old. She was crying, and never stopping. Everybody was annoyed. I do appreciate that her parents were so exhausted as well from the trip. And I don't like kids, honestly, especially crying ones. I have to admit that. I'm not a babies person. I'm a 5 minutes babies person. After that, please take them or I'll kill them. So I took that baby, and I have a song it's a so cute song for Jason Mraz called I'm Yours. The beat in that song is I don't know, just brings life. It relaxes. You'll feel good after hearing it. And I just plugged those earphones in her head and in her ears and played it. The little girl just opened up her eyes, started listening, and then she started dancing with the song.
okay.
So the rest 3 hours, she doesn't want to take off the earphones, and she just wanted to like listen to it. She didn't want to give me my phone back.
Okay, this is a nice gesture for me.
And we had fun the whole day, the whole flight back home, and both of us were listening to it.
The whole plane was very. We're thankful for you.
But my friend, she actually videotaped the whole thing with her phone, and then she's making fun of me in front of everybody now. That's the one who hates kids. Look how she's playing around with it.
Interesting point. Who can add? Yeah.
The scientists they are going to discover a way that can influence the art and the way that we look at the artists will be changed. For example, they can find out the secret behind some arts still it's like a mystery to us. For example, we don't know about the Mona Lisa. Some people they say that it's man.
Leonardo picturing himself,
Or I don't know, some counter-argue says no, it's something else. You know, they want to, go behind the reason of some art. And they are, at the moment, they are doing putting some chips in the brain that can cure disorder of brain. But they are thinking, what if we discover a pill that we can influence art according the demand of people, and so we can have art with the reason, and we can find some kind of reason behind these arts.
and maybe another pill for people to appreciate it. Okay, who's gonna add?
Like about the text, it's like all numbers and statistics and all these guys with the glasses on their heads telling people numbers about how sounds are good, sounds are bad, nobody knows. But for me, yes, I do believe music does affect us, and I personally do listen to kind of like relaxing music every single morning with my coffee, so I can deal with people the whole day.
Perfect, good for you. Okay, who can add? What did you get? What did you understand? What would you like to share with us more? Okay, Mariam.
The thing that eventually they deduce from all of this, that you cannot put creativity in a box.
that no matter how advanced the scientists can reach through research, they cannot put like and dislike in a box and quantify them and say, okay, people are gonna like this and people are not gonna like that. Because creativity, beauty, it's all in the eyes of the beholder. It depends, yeah, it's relative. It depends on how you were brought up, on what things that you were in contact with when you were kids, and when your senses are being constructed. It's not a scientific thing. This, even if they reached like a breakthrough in science, that they can make you okay, like they can put a chip in your head and you can play the most tangible and coherent and like go together an amazing flow of music. It will not have that. It will not have that.
Art, when you put the music and the dance together, and then their bodies just dance on. Yeah.
That's why they say that's why my reflection, they should invent a pill as well to make people appreciate and love this type of creativity or this type of art.
This is the sort of thing you get by practice. That's why I was like just suggesting a class of art appreciation. Yes, because like when you are completely cut off of any, like, okay, we read, we see, some people are like, they have zero contact with any sort of art in any form, whether it is paintings, whether it is sculpturing, music, anything. And they do not appreciate it just because they're not in direct contact with it. But once you introduce them to it, once you tell them, okay, can you find something beautiful in it? You can look to the half full. Yeah, you can.
Especially you as literature student, you have to be able to taste this sort of art and creativity and unique experience and read between the lines and see the whole picture and see outside the box. This is how to be a literature student. How to get the feeling in order to be able to comment and reflect and interpret all of these. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's listen. Yeah. Okay. Let's listen to this one.
Half a world away, there is a woman who could also have a dramatic effect on the future of the human race. Elizabeth Sulzer is a genetic original. Her genes give her the most fantastic superpower, one that fuses her senses.
I always see the colors. I cannot go anywhere without colors. I see a stripe, and there are many colors on it. When I'm walking in the street and I hear a car, and when a mobile is ringing, then I always see the colors, if I can hear the note. But also if I hear a dog barking or birds, then it's like music. Then there are many colors.
The head of neuropsychology at the University of Zurich tracked Elizabeth down and immediately began testing. He had a suspicion that she might have something called synesthesia, which is the rare neurological condition that joins senses. But what really caught Dr. Yank off guard was the incredible extent of her powers.
There is no other synesthete in the world showing the same ability like Elizabeth Sulzer. She is, I would say, she is unique in her ability.
There are less than 1,000 synesthetes in the world who see color with tone, and less than 500 who have taste with tone. But Elizabeth is the only person in the world to combine color, musical intervals, and taste. For all the magic the colors bring, it is a show only she can see.
My childhood was quite a dark time. I always felt somehow special and isolated also from others. When I was 16, I was out with a friend of mine and it started to rain. And then I heard a G, and at the same time I saw that the G was blue. And then I went through all the scale and I saw that each note has his own specific color. And this was the first time when I was conscious of the colors. Then I asked my friend if she can see colors when she listens to music, and she found that I'm a little bit strange. It was just a strange feeling that I'm alone and not as the others.
And Elizabeth is not like others. When Dr. Jenke scanned her brain, he found it hardwired like no one else's.
We found there is a specific connection between the color areas, between the taste areas, and between the auditory areas.
Dr. Jenke found that the neural pathways in Elizabeth's brain connecting her sight, sound, and taste appear to be surging with activity. In average people, these connections are almost dormant. But before Dr. Jenke had diagnosed her synesthesia, Elizabeth had no idea what was happening to her and was discovering new dimensions to her power.
A few weeks after I found out about the colors and the notes, I realized that I also have a taste on my tongue when I hear two different notes in a certain distance. A second minor is sour, a second major is bitter, and a sixth minor is creamy. I didn't know what it was. I was very frightened of myself, and I thought that I will get crazy.
Elizabeth Sulzer is constantly bombarded by colors, tastes, and sounds. As intriguing as her synesthesia is to scientists, they don't live with it. Elizabeth can never turn it off.
I don't like to go to a disco because the music doesn't have nice colors and there is not a nice taste. I don't like the strong bass because of the black squares I see. It would be very nice to find somebody who has exactly the same as me.
Okay, thank you.
Something similar to that.
Hmm.
There was there's a monastery in Japan, and scientists have studied, like they reside in worship.
Tibet? You mean the Tibet?
No, in Japan, someplace in Japan. So the monasteries there, they found out that the nearby lake has like healing powers. So when they went and took samples of the water there, and they tested it, you know, when you freeze water, it turns out into particles, and it has this amazing, beautiful golden formation. And something like that. And they discovered that, okay, sounds, when there is like supplications and prayer, and like not even prayer, it was the sound of the monks praying plus the sound of the bells. So the music that was the crystals of the waters had this beautiful formation plus healing powers because of the beauty it gained from the music. Prayers and the music. Sometimes the monks do not pray. They have like these 6 months of silence. But the thing that keeps ringing is the bells. The bells make this amazing sounds. And it's the water crystal. Yeah, and part of it is just like that. And the way the music differs, and when they, like every season has a different music, so when they took samples throughout the year, okay, the water crystals have different colors, and they have different formations.
Okay, interesting one. Okay.
Also, this girl might relate to.
Yeah, okay, interesting. And this documentary film is interesting as well. Thank you, Gina, for sharing this with us. Let's move to the comprehension question. Okay, page 52.
We have 5 seconds.
About?
I just want to show you the blind.
The blind Turkish?
An artist born.
Okay, let's see the blind Turkish as well before we proceed with the comprehension questions. Yes, we can see this one, yeah.
In Turkey lives the most remarkable
blind,
painter,
right?
Esref Armagan, an artist born without eyes.
No one can call me blind. I can see more with my fingers than sighted people can see with their eyes.
Esref proves that you don't need eyes to see. At the University of Toronto, perception and cognition psychologist Dr. John Kennedy is investigating the abilities of an astounding man, Esref, the blind painter.
Esref is a blind man who has been drawing pictures since he was a child. He draws astonishingly well. Many people would say he draws better than many sighted people. Esref.
That's it? Okay. Maybe the internet? Maybe. Okay. Let's proceed. No problem. We got the point. Okay. Let's proceed to page 52. Mark each sentence as true or false according to the information in reading 1. Okay. Of course, you can use your dictionary, mobile dictionary, online dictionary, all of these. Okay. As you can see, the main topic was about why does music move us? Okay, so this question was the center for all the researches done by many researchers to see the sort of connectivity between intellectual ability and creative ability. So, all cultures have music, and the ability to recognize music comes from speech. But in general, music can also aid healing. Okay, this is what we get from the text. Patients who have suffered strokes or other brain injuries often show dramatic improvement in their recovery if music or rhymes is played, exactly like you. You have just mentioned your experience. Remember? Okay, this is similarly to what happened to you. Okay, you shared with us. So, professors of music and neuroscience at Colorado State University, they stated that, yes, music can heal us. Yeah, can heal us. So, number 1, who can answer this one for us? Yes.
Locating the area of the brain that controls toe movement is impossible.
Okay, sorry.
Locating the area of the brain that controls toe movements is impossible. That's false.
False. It's not impossible.
Sound waves themselves do not enter the brain. That's correct.
Yeah, that's true. Can you do the...
People need to learn how to speak before they can appreciate music. False.
False. Exactly. Bravo. Okay, can you share the form?
There is evidence that music may help people with brain injuries. True?
True. Yeah, this is the evidence I've just told you about.
We are now able to improve people's creativity and perception of music with brain implants. True?
You think?
False.
We are now able? No. Okay,
No,
so
we're
it's
not. That's
false.
false. The reading says that neuroscience will destroy our appreciation of art. False?
False. Okay. It doesn't say this exactly, because we still, even neuroscience scientists can, yeah, exactly.
Okay, the reading implies that artistic success is entirely a product of the physical brain.
False. Excellent.
The secret behind artistic success may seem less mysterious in the future. True.
Okay, now I want to read these sentences, paraphrase from reading 1, and then try to scan the text back in order to find the original sentences. Can you find this? Okay. Read the sentences. This is a good exercise. Okay, this is to check your answers. Okay, and the following exercise, this is a good one to help you how to paraphrase. You know, to avoid plagiarism, remember, we need to read research papers, we need to read articles, and then get the main idea and paraphrase it in our own words. So this exercise is very important for you to help you how to paraphrase. Actually, these sentences are paraphrased from the original text. So suppose you are reading this article and you want to quote some ideas. How you're going to quote it? In this form, for example, simplified form in other words, not copy-paste from the original text. So, number 1, listening to music activates the brain more than listening to speech does.
this was mentioned where? You need to go back to scan it and tell me what lines exactly. Okay, can you see the lines are numbered for you? Huh? Where did we stop? I want others to put.
I think line 41
41
in the passage.
Okay.
Says, start for me. The ability to recognize music comes before speech. The brain is wired with reward and.
Okay, this is similar. Okay, but before 41, it was mentioned clearly. Huh? Who can find it? Okay, just a minute. You can take a minute. Think about it.
It's 37. Music is a basic human condition. Sorry, it's the other one. We are born primed to pick up on beat regulatories and able to put sounds in some sort of coherent order.
Okay, so line 37, this is number 2. Excellent. But before this, number 1. Number 1, huh, Miriam?
All cultures have music. The ability to recognize music comes before speech. Brain is wired. This is line 41 and 42.
Okay, this is exactly like her. Okay, but please go to line 23 and 24. Would you please read line 23 and 24? Okay, you share the same answer, and she answered the second one. The second one, line 37. Would you please read it?
Here I see scans show that the brain is much more actively engaged with music than with the speech.
Exactly. Can you see? These are the exact words. And activate, this is the key concept or key word of this. So, line 23 and 24, this is a paraphrase copy of these 2 lines. And number 2, music is a universal experience for all humans. This is mentioned as she answered. Your colleague answered line 37. She said 37, it's correct. Now number 3, scan the text after line 37. Scan the text after it and just tell me. Yes, please. Yeah, number 1, 23 and 24, and number 2, 37.
Number 3. There is strong evidence that our attraction to music isn't just for enjoyment.
Okay, this is line?
Line 44.
44 and 45. Excellent. So, now, number 3, the fact suggests that music is for more than just pleasure. Okay? So, this is repeated exactly in line 34 and 45. Number 4. This is scanning, to help you to scan and paraphrase. Okay, how to read the paraphrase version and how to do a paraphrase version of a piece of information and then scan back to find it in the original text. Yes, Mary? Yeah, you can do it. Can you find it?
4 or 5?
Yeah, 4.
Actually, I have 5. Can I do 5?
Okay, so Mary?
The way we view the world is largely determined by the physical properties of our brain. It is clear that our perception of the world have a physical foundation in the brain. It is line 66 and 67.
67, 65 and 67.
We can artificially alter our perception of music. 100. Much of the artists experience that even if we are able to unlock biologically enhanced.
I need artificially. Before 100. Actually, it's before 100. 69. Excellent. Okay, good for you. Okay, would you please, yeah. For 5, 69. Would you please read it?
Studies have shown, for example, that the recognition of pitch can be altered by as much as 1.5 tones with medication.
Exactly. The last one, no doubt. So number 5 from line 69 till line 71. 69 till line 71. This is paraphrased in number 5. The last one. Huh? What are the lines? Yes, please.
No doubt we would see artists differently. 115. Oh, the last one of.
Actually, in the last one, it's repeated again because it's near the conclusion. But it was mentioned before.
105, 105 and 110.
98, 97 and 98. Could you please read it?
But what if we are able to eventually reduce creativity to biochemical formulas? Surely that would change the way we look at artists. It might even take the mystery out of their art.
Okay, so as you can see, what we're doing here is to scan back. Okay, to read the sentence, it's a paraphrased copy, and to scan, read intensively around the body paragraph after gaining the main idea of each body paragraph. So we expect, after finding a keyword like here, activates, we understand that the second paragraph, it's mentioning the word activates. So we go and scan there on the second paragraph, and so on. We find keyword, okay, like here, alter, okay? Yeah, alter our perception. We understand that it's mentioned later, I believe paragraph 7 or something like this, right? And in this case, we can go and scan, read intensively, part of paragraph 7 until we find the equivalent form, which is alter, okay? So this is the point of doing this. Now we're going to allocate who's the doer of each action, okay? Arbitrator. What's meant by arbitrator? When I say, I read a book, I read a novel, who's the doer? I. Okay, so usually the arbitrator is the subject, the doer, the performer of this action. Okay, so let's look at this. Researchers are only now beginning to unlock the secrets of the brain. Okay, who is the doer here? Who is going to unlock the secrets of the brain? Research. So researchers are the perpetrator. Okay? Now, for example, here it says, dissonance, for example, is generally perceived as unpleasant. Okay? So what is perceived as unpleasant? And what's meant by dishonest? Yeah, exactly. Disagree. Mismatch. Disagree. Okay? And actually, the opposite of it is renaissance. Okay? Ennui. Okay? Renaissance. Okay? So, when I say people generally perceive dissonance, for example, as unpleasant, who perceive this as unpleasant? Who? People. So who is the arbitrator here? People. Sorry, the perpetrator, not perpetrator, okay? The perpetrator here is people. So let's look at exercise on the following exercise on page 53 and go back to the passage and tell me who is the doer here, who is the performer here, the perpetrator. Line 11. Perpetrator, performer or doer? Okay, perpetrator, performer or doer? The subject. Usually the subject. So, you're going to go to line 11. Can you see here? Line 11, you will see judgment is formed. Who or what forms it? It's formed by who? And what type of tense is formed? Is formed. Passive, exactly. It's passive in the present form. Here we can find verb to be and the past participle form of the verb because it's performed by people or by someone or by others. Okay? So here, who or what forms it? And then go for line 11. Music is made. Music is made. Who? Okay? So you're going to find the performer, the perpetrator, the subject, okay? Or actually here, it's the agent. In the passive form we say it's the agent, the doer, the performer. Take a minute, try to do this exercise and then we discuss. Yeah?
This is a new assignment, right? This is a new assignment. Okay. Okay. Just quick. Okay. This is the first one. Okay. You can just pass it. Okay. Okay. This is the new assignment.
I sent one online.
Okay.
And this one, because last week my son was sick.
Okay,
so I
no
was
problem.
But I wrote it before, so sleep.
One of her colleagues told me. She told me. Oh, I know. Thank you, Jean. Okay. Okay, just take your paper and then they can come and find theirs. Try to finish this exercise. Have you finished? Just go to line. Okay, for example, just go to line 37 and read this part and try to find who's the agent, who's the perpetrator here. Okay? Huh? It's mentioned earlier. Yeah. Huh? Can you do it? Not yet. Did you scan the first one, line 11? Did you go for line 11? Yes. Okay, so can you tell me now who or what forms this judgment is formed? Who formed this judgment? Part of the brain. Excellent. So actually, according to the passage here, it's part of the brain. And again, line 11, music is made. Again, part of the brain. Part of the brain. And now number 3. Go to line 37. Okay? We are born blind to pick up on beat regularities. Okay? Who? What primes us? What promotes us? What motivates us? Stimulates us?
Here it can be unknown, but if you ask me personally, I would say God.
No, based on the passage.
Based on the passage, it's unknown. Like humans, music is when we are born, we are
Just read right before it. You would find that it's related to
the brain also, parts of the brain. The sonus, for example.
the effect of
Nature?
yeah, the effect of nature.
Okay.
No, it's not our brain. It's the effect of nature. The effect of nature on us.
Cultures have music.
Yes. Okay. Can you find it now? Huh?
It's like naturally.
Naturally, exactly. So it's the effect of nature on us. As you have just mentioned at the beginning, I would say it's God.
Yes, but it's not about a personal. It's not about a personal perception, but we have to from the paragraph. We have to.
Exactly. Just scan it from the passage and tell me where is the agent here or the perpetrator here. Then we go to line 41. The brain's weird with reward and avoidance circuitry. Huh. Again, the brain is done. Huh? Here it says who or what? Unknown. Exactly. Unknown, and maybe it's nature as well. It's naturally. We naturally were created like this. So it's unknown or it's natural.
Sorry. I think if the writer is a Muslim, he's gonna say about the God creation, but because he's non-Muslim, so he doesn't mention just nature.
Or because we were made like this, okay? So he's saying that it's naturally.
Yes.
So it's nature. He's arbitrating this to the nature. Okay, the following one. Huh?
If music or rhythm is played during therapy, who or what plays it? Therapist or Michael taught?
Therapist, or sometimes we can say unknown, or one of the scientists, or music instruments.
Or that guy, Michael Todd, who reported.
It doesn't say exactly. That's why we can't say exactly him. We can say
It
it's
could
unknown.
be.
Yeah, it could be or it's unknown. The following one. Following one, yeah.
And those perceptions can be altered. Who can alter them? Chemicals, other perceptions, and other physicians.
Yeah, exactly. Physicians. Yeah, you can say physicians. It's sort of medication.
Line 108. 1 moment.
108.
Okay, let's see.
How it was created.
Because how it was created, then who cares how it was created? They're talking about the creation of music. So, artists.
Musicians. All of these are correct. Artists, musicians. And finally, go to line 115. 115, girls.
And the mystery of the artistic impulse is crafted and charted by scientists.
Yeah, it's scientists. It's very evident that here we're talking about scientists. So this is the point of passive, okay? This is to check your answers, some guys. And this is the point of doing passive. So again, why do we sometimes resort to the passive form, not the active form? Why? In what cases we need to use the passive form rather than the active form? Huh? Not important. Unknown, exactly. If the agent, the doer, okay, the performer is not important or simply unknown or excellent. When you want to draw the attention of your reader to the object of the sentence, the action of the sentence was reflected on whom? On the object. If you want to highlight the point of the object rather than the performer or the doer, which is the original subject. What else? When do we resort to passive? Or when do we usually use passive form rather or not active form? Huh? Exactly, like this. Okay, if we want to highlight the object itself, if we want to highlight the outcomes rather than the income of the action, what else? If we, what else? Another thing to use passive. If the action, if the doer, or the performers is general noun, we know who did it, okay? It's, for example, people, okay? So no need to mention this again. If it's known to everyone, it's general noun like people, for example, or farmers, for example, if I'm talking about cultivating land. Who would cultivate a land? Farmers. So no need to mention. Okay, you can say it was cultivated and it was, for example, what else? It was.
The bomb was invented. Okay, everybody knows.
Okay.
It was invented by scientists.
By scientists. But when you say the land was cultivated, you understand who cultivate the land? Who do the agriculture? Farmers. So if the noun or the subject of the original sentence is known, general noun, no need to mention it, we resort to the passive form. Because sometimes the passive form is more formal than the active form. And when you write or when you reflect on an article that you have read or a research paper, don't say or don't mention the I pronoun. Instead of saying, for example, I like, I prefer, I recommend, you say it's preferred, it's recommended, it's thought. Instead of saying I think, it's thought, all of these. That's why we need to use the passive to make our writing a little bit formal, because usually passive is more formal than the active voice. Okay, and we are talking about academic reading, and then that would be reflected in academic writing as well. So the sentences in the preceding exercise have passive verbs, as you can see, is formed, is made, can be altered. Okay, so here, verb to be plus past participle. Okay, and can be altered. This is using modal verbs followed by the infinitive form, which is be plus past participle form of altered object. Okay? So, the sound waves are translated. What type of form is this? This is passive form. By about 30,000 auditory nerves. Okay? So, this is the agent. Okay? This is the actual doer or performer or causer of this action. Okay? So, why we're studying passive again? Huh? Yeah, it's more formal. We understand that we need it in other occasions. If we don't know who's the perpetrator, who's the doer, or if it's unknown, or if it's a general noun, or we want to focus on the action and the result more than the input itself. So let's go to check our vocabulary activities, do some vocabulary activities. These are the words that we have encountered up till now. So I want you to fill in the following sentence using the appropriate form of the word. If you find that it needs a noun, choose the noun form. Or it needs a verb, adjective, adverb. Okay, in this case, you put the appropriate form. So, for example, number 1. Let's do it one by one together. Who can read number 1 and try to predict? Yes, please. Just tell me, what type of word would you insert here? Would you use a noun or a verb or an adjective?
Maybe a noun.
Okay, just read the sentence first.
Music is a product of the brain and its neural mechanisms.
Okay, what would you say? What would you put to complete this? What word would you put to fill in the gaps? Music is?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, just fill in the word and then tell me what time.
If it's not adjective, it should be passive.
Music is?
Fundamental.
Music is fundamental a product or fundamentally a product?
Fundamentally.
And in this case, it's an
adverb.
Adverb, exactly. Okay, so music is fundamentally a product. Okay? Number 2. Let's try it now. Yes. Just read it and...
The human auditory organs and the brain seems to be primed to respond to music.
Bravo. Seem to be primed.
Primed to.
Okay, so what type of, what form is used here?
The verb.
Verb in the past participle form. Exactly. Seem to be. Be plus past participle form of the verb. Yes, please.
The scientists held a conference to discuss the latest research into creativity and the brain. Noun.
Exactly. At conference. That's why you used a noun. Excellent.
Yeah.
Bravo. Number 4. Just a minute.
The people at the meeting are interested in exploring neural foundation of our appreciation of music.
Exactly. Neural foundation. What type of or what form of a word?
Noun. No, foundation. Yes, it's a noun.
Okay, and it's preceded by neural. An adjective. That's why we understand that we need to put a noun here because after an adjective, there is always a noun. Bravo. Number 5.
How are the fundamental properties of sound translated to music that the brain can hear?
Do you think it's fundamental?
It could be prime or fundamental.
Properties of the sound.
Physical?
Yeah, physical. Physical properties of the sound. How are the physical properties of the sound translated? Passive again. And what type of, or what form here? What form of the word is used?
Adverb? Yeah, it's an adverb.
It's an adverb. No.
Physical. Adjective.
Yeah.
Neurons transmit information via chemical and electrical synapse in the brain.
Excellent. So transmit. What form of a word?
It's a verb.
Verb. Excellent. Yes, please.
Well, our appreciation of art diminish if we learn the secrets of a human creativity.
Okay.
Diminish.
Diminish. So, diminish what form?
Verb.
Verb. Excellent. The last one.
Art almost certainly incorporate the artist's personal experiences. Verb.
Yeah. Art
Verb.
incorporates.
Yeah. Verb.
It's a verb in the singular form. So let's move to part B. Okay, here to check your answers. Here, you can use your dictionary to decide the meaning of the word physical in each occasion. Okay, we have now the word physical. Can you see? On each context, I want you to decide what's the meaning of physical here, physical properties, and here, physical in the fourth quarter, and here, physically expressive. Okay, so try to match the meaning of the word physical to its synonym here on the other column, according to the context, according to the situation. Take a minute. Discuss with each other, no problem. Discuss with your colleagues. Yeah, work together. You can discuss together. We have a lot of matching now. You can discuss together. Done? Okay. Who can answer me now? Yes, please. Just a minute. Okay.
Pitch is a physical property of sound. I think it's A, relating to the body.
Okay. Why didn't be
Relating to natural things that can be observed or measured.
Exactly. Because it's physical property. So it's related to things that can be observed, measured, tangible.
The game became very physical in the fourth quarter. C, involving bodily force and contact.
Excellent. This is number C. And finally,
Ray Harrison's stop-motion characters are more physically expressive than puppets. A.
And it's A reflecting on
To the body.
Sorry, to the body, relating to the body. And then the word prime. Okay, this is to check your answers. And then we come to the adjective and verb form of prime. As you can see, prime has different meanings according to different contexts. For example, prime reason, prime aim. Here we talk about most or main or most likely and or majority, okay? And sometimes we can say prime position, prime location, okay? Prime time, okay? Prime time of your show on television, for example. So this is the best prime time, the most perfect or excellent time, the most to see your show on television, for example, like prime time. Also, we have prime of life, or one's prime, or past one's prime, and this is the most productive time. Prime's life, okay? For example, the 30s is my prime life. 30s, when I was in the 30 stage or 30 decade. Okay, this is the most productive time for me. Okay, that's we call prime of life, or someone's prime. And then we have prime to learn, and prime to listen, for example. Okay, and here it's I'm prepared. Okay, ready, exactly. So I'm prepared to listen. Prime to listen means I'm prepared to listen. Prime to learn means I'm ready to learn. This is readiness. We're talking about how ready you are. Also, we have prime wood, okay, for painting, for example. Or we have prime the economy, and this is very common. Prime someone to take over a job or a task for you. This is prepare something for us or to get it started. To prime someone to do an action for us. To prepare him or to encourage him to start. Let's go and do it for us. This is prime. I prime my students to do research papers. Okay? This is to prepare them to do the task or the action or the job I'm asking for them. So now, which meaning of the word prime is expressed in each sentence? I want you to match the sentence with the definitions in the box above, here, from the previous box, and compare your answers. Yes, you start. You raised your hand.
The first one is with D.
D, excellent.
Yeah, to be prepared. We are born primed to pick up on beats, regularities, and able to put sound in some sort of coherence order. To be prepared or readied.
Okay, it's related to readiness. Excellent.
To prime seat.
What's wrong? Okay, again. You buy it.
Sorry. Prime seats for the show cost over $500 each. It's B, the best or the most perfect or excellent.
Excellent. Prime scene is the best time, the perfect moment for us. Excellent.
In his final Olympics, he was obviously way past his prime and performed poorly. C,
excellent.
The most predictive time.
Okay, so you can do this. Okay, this is part of your assessment to be able to interpret the meaning of the word according to its context.
Harry Holson's prime concept was to make the figures more realistic and expressive. A.
Excellent. Okay, the last
one. Okay. To prime the state's economy, the governor cut taxes on businesses and individuals.
That's why I told prime to economy. This is the most famous one. This is number?
E?
E. Excellent. This is number E. Okay. Let's move to the following page. Now we see transmit and transmission. We see another, okay, this is to check your answer again, as you can see here. We see another word, which is transmit, and the noun form, which is transmission. So these can be used in several contexts as well, or in several situations and occasions. Like here, sent electronically or over airwaves. This is like here, broadcast. Okay, the broadcast was transmitted to. Can you see? Passive. The broadcast was transmitted. Okay, because the agent or the perpetrator, it's not important, or general and unknown to others. Maybe, yeah. Number 2. Spread an idea or spread emotion, okay? Like the disease can only be transmitted. Can you see? This is like contagious, okay? So the disease can be transmitted through direct contact. This is another form of the passive, and we use the verb in past participle form of it. Then he encouraged teachers to transmit positive values to their students. Okay, this is the infinitive form of the verb transmit. Then we can use it to allow energy to pass through. Like energy in any electric device can be transmitted. Electricity can be transmitted. Good example. So here the example says water transmits sounds 4.5 times faster than air does. So this is transmission through objects like water. A piece of machinery in a car can be a transmitter, like a transmission, which is a manual or automatic, transmits energy from the car's engine to the axles and wheels. Okay, so this is transmission. A radio or a TV, like broadcasting, again, it's similar to this. We listen to the BBC on shortwave radio transmissions. Okay, so this is that noun. Remember BBC? It stands for what? Okay. Finding, tuning it, exactly. It was difficult to tune it. Okay, so let's do this exercise. Number 1, you raised your hand, yes please.
D, where is it? A piece of machinery. It came equipped with a 5-speed transmission. It's with D. A piece of machinery in a car. In a car.
Yes?
An optical fiber permits data in the form of light to be transmitted over long distance. A.
A, excellent. Send electrically or over airways. Yes, please.
The material absorbs and transmits heat to circulating heat C to allow energy to pass through.
Exactly. Circulating fluids like an object. We said transmission objects.
The transmission was too weak to be heard. E. Radio or TV signal.
Exactly. Okay. The last one. You can say the last one.
Parents complained that the movie transmitted the wrong values to children. Values to children. D. No. B.
Excellent. Which is to spread an idea. Wrong values, this is wrong idea. Transmitted to our children, conveyed or sent to our children. Yes? Any questions to this part? Okay. So next time we have a presentation about how the guitar is made. Okay? But before we go to this, or before we end this, I just like to do the warming. I'm going to do the warming of this passage, and I will leave the reading passage number 2 for the team. What's your name, the team? Okay? The dreamers. Okay? They are going to enlighten us with the topic of reading number 2 about guitar. So, do you know how to play a musical instrument in general? Okay, if you used to play?
Used to play piano for the school band.
Okay, perfect. What did you use to play?
Classical piano.
Classical?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Yes, please.
I used to play org.
Org?
Yeah.
Okay. What type of music?
They give us some kind of belong to our country music, and we used to play. Folklore, yes.
Okay. Long time. Yeah, just tell me.
Guitar, electric guitar, drums.
Electric guitar. It's very relevant to the topic.
Yeah, rock star.
Rocks. Okay. Long time ago?
It was piano as well, and like I used to play Night of Beethoven, but don't ask me to do it now.
Excellent. I'm expecting someone to play, I'm expecting by next time someone to come and play, would you do it? Okay, a guitar. So you're gonna enrich their presentation by making a demo, okay? So you're going to play the guitar for next time. Good for you. So, as a small child in school or at home, like what you have just mentioned, we sometimes play along with the national anthem, along with the march for the school march, all of these. So these are good experiences. Yes, this is not the topic of of reading 2. The reading 2 mainly talks about technical aspects. Sorry? Huh? Yeah, no, don't worry. Okay, technical aspects of these instruments. So by next time, we're gonna have the presentation about reading 2, and we're gonna have a demo about the guitar, which is gonna be a perfect match. Okay.
The guitar would be good, like we have live presentation. This is the part.
Exactly, exactly. So I just want you to prepare for the next time the research question. Here, on page 60, yeah, here this one, on page 64, I believe. Some people say the Mozart effect. You know Mozart? Mozart like Beethoven and Bach and all of these. Yeah, I can't recall all this. Good for you. Excellent girl. Okay, so some people say that the effect or Mozart music might have a sort of effect on our brain, on our taste. Actually, it might improve our, it might improve our temper and mood, and might improve our scores in exams and so on.
I listened to him on the morning of my EL118 exam.
Okay.
Yeah, I got an A on the subject.
Yeah.
I got an A, yeah.
Excellent, good for you. So this might be an excellent secret recipe for you to follow later on. Okay, so these are some of the research questions. For example, do you feel that music education is important, or should we cancel it, not educating our children music? This is argumentative essay. Okay, so all are argumentative questions. I just want you to choose one. Okay, one and write about it. For example, worldwide, the violin and piano may be the main instrument children are taught to play in structured setting where they can receive formal instruction. Usually, in school, they teach us piano and violin, and sometimes drummer, or in my school it was drummer as well. Okay, so do you believe that violins and pianos are enough, or they should resort to other types like guitars, for example, if children wants to go wild, okay? Yeah, and have fun. So, and another question is, we humans seem to love music, but we don't seem to love the same music, okay? So what factors would influence? This is a cause and effect, okay? What are the causes of having this influence of some type of music rather than the other? So these are research questions. Just choose one and submit it for me next time. And for those who submitted the previous last question, thank you. And for those who submitted the new ones, thank you again. See you next week.